My name is Louis Henna Jr.
And I'm Ruthie Henna Herber.
Well, I think our grandparents had a lot of influence on my father. They were, he was orphaned. My grandfather was orphaned at an early age, and came to Round Rock when he was like a young teenager, and had a successful career. And I think influenced his sons. He had 4 sons. My dad was the oldest. I think that's where, a big influence came from his parents. I do remember before the children's home, there was another orphanage, if you will, Trinity Lutheran orphanage in town that remember having, playing with the kids, and I'm told that mother, that this was an inspiration for mother to maybe have some impact on founding, the children's home now, as opposed to other orphanages at the time that more or less warehouse children to be as much of a home setting with house parents as possible, and not just housing children. I guess I was only about 4 or 5 years old when the children's home was founded. I remember coming out to right out here in front in the fields. There were 5 little buildings at the time, and they had a wooden platform set up for dedication of the children's home.
Being the youngest child, I say that the children's home was started the year before I was born. And I kind of feel like the children's home was a sibling almost in my growing up years, because Mother and Daddy cared so much about the children's home and spent so many hours thinking about it, what they wanted it to be like, um, what they didn't want it to be like, how they wanted it to be well accepted, an asset to Round Rock.
My recollection in it might be a little fuzzy, but I think there was approximately 150 to 200 acres that was north of Rushy Creek that was owned by the Nelson family, and Dad worked out a purchase price with the Nelson family to buy it, and he kept obviously about 46 acres, which the family still has, and donated the rest to the Baptist General Convention in 1954 for the children's home. The community was very involved in building the first 5 buildings. I know that businesses and individuals in Round Rock contributed greatly to the first 5 buildings. And that's what was dedicated in 1950. Well, I think they just had that perception of, not wanting to warehouse kids. Wanted for them to have a normal home setting as much as possible.
Their heart was just not to give the property. Really cared about the children, cared about their spiritual life, cared about their physical life, cared about their safety, wanted it to replicate as much of a normal home life as possible. Well, of course, they saw so much of the early years, and then with Charles Wright, that was the beginning of the mother-child cottages. So where families were starting to be um, housed, where mothers and children would not be separated. And so that was new on the horizon, and um, got to see that. Mother got to see that. So this is the 75th anniversary of Texas Baptist Children's Home. The growth has been amazing. We now have 3 different campuses: Gracewood, Miracle Farm, and Texas Baptist Children's Home, which has the umbrella of Children at Heart. And then when Miracle Farm was started, um, Daddy absolutely loved Miracle Farm and loved going down there as well. Did not get to see Gracewood, um, but loved the way it was, branching out and serving more. Each one in its own way, a beautiful ministry, well loved and respected in the communities that they are in. It's an exciting place to go and visit.
It's like you say, it's not a name on a building, but it's saying if you're able to impact other people's lives positively, that's, I think, the legacy that they would be interested in having. And I think they certainly do have that legacy.
I would say they loved well and believed in the scriptures that, to help rescue and to help those that the fatherless and the widow. And if you boil that down to our present day, then it's kids that need help, families that need help, mothers that need help, and fathers that need help in any way. I think that's their legacy. They loved family. They just loved well. They loved children. I'm proud of the way that our ministries have adapted to what is going on today, what is going on in culture, because the needs are very much the same, but are presenting themselves in different ways. And they've adapted those ministries to meet those needs. I will say that we have exceptional people on board, visionaries that continue to see out of what is needed and to plan for the future and how we can meet those needs. Whatever your resource is, it's used well here. It has taken many people to get us through these 75 years. For some people, it's time. For some people, it's their resources, their funds, and all. But all of these have worked together to have a beautiful ministry. And I would just say, come on board. You will be blessed more than you're giving. I think you have to be called here. This isn't a job. This is a ministry. And I think when you are called here, then it's in your heart. Every generation is supposed to go higher and farther, just merely to stand on the shoulders of the generation before. And so the baton gets passed on to them. It's got a great responsibility. But I would say they just have to know they're called to this place. Or which place are they called to? But this is a great place to invest.
I think from my perspective, I am so appreciative of what others besides our family have done for the children's home and the contributions that others have made, making the children's home what it is today, and how it has evolved from Texas Baptist Children's Home to Children at Heart, and how the program has been expanded to reach so many other families. So I think it's a beautiful story.